this thing, Visual Prowess, live again for the second week back to back. And we have a new guest. You know, the lovely, the beautiful, you know, Miss Baker, if you will. And of course, Marjay, who's looking a little different today. She's looking a little sauteed today, ain't she?
Don't do that. Do not do that.
Looking butter, pan fried or something.
It's butter, baby.
Yeah, baby. Dang, right over there, melanin is melanating. Looking a little different.
You know what
I'm saying?
I mean, I try. You know, I gotta stock the audience now. You know.
I'd have to get your number after this.
There you go.
Ain't nobody checking for me. So
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis, huh?
ain't nobody come to see.
So today's topic, tonight's discussion on this beautiful Friday. Submission, that word. Selfishness, that word. And settle. Triple S. We going with triple S's today.
Okay.
Triple S's. So which one y'all want to tackle first?
Are we supposed to be tying the three together, or are these separate?
They can be separate, or you can, if they link up, they link up. But I mean, as long as we touch on them, it don't matter how you do it.
I think we should probably touch on the submission first, because that's probably gonna take long. And probably have the most probably the most backlash next to settle, because I think settle are kind of neck at this point.
On the behalf of man, why don't our culture like the word submission?
Because I feel like it's too much competition. Y'all being people. I ain't gonna say y'all. It's competition.
For submission?
Oh, no, not submission. What was the other one? What's the selfish one? That's the one I'm on. That's the one that's. I'm jumping ahead of the game.
Let's get on this submission. Let's get that big one out the way.
I think that submission is it's a scary word to some people. I think that when people hear, or mainly when women hear the word submit, they automatically think slave or just lack of control in the relationship. But it's not as, I guess if you think about it, it's not as scary as it may seem. From personal experience, I will just say that I've never really thought about, being submissive. I kind of thought it just came with the relationship. Like once you, once you get married, then you just automatically would submit. I didn't really have conversations like that when I was growing up. So that's kind of foreign. It was kind of foreign to me. But I think that if you're a woman and you know what you want, you will submit for the right person.
I like the way she put that.
So what that mean? Submit for the right person? Because I mean, back in the football days, basketball days, coach always told us, "You play the way you practice."
You play okay. Well, you can use that.
Let's just say hypothetically, you never met a decent man in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you never was submissive to none of them.
Mm-hmm.
So your whole life, you kind of just been practicing not being submissive.
Yeah, because you never felt, as a woman, you wouldn't feel comfortable submitting to someone who was less than. So if I'm in a relationship or if I'm entertaining, a relationship with somebody, if they don't show me that they can lead the relationship, then I'm going to feel like I have to lead the relationship. And I don't want to have to feel like that when I'm in a relationship, because it's not my job. It's not my place to have to lead. It's the man's responsibility to lead, for him to take control. So if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, then I'm going to have to take that step and be like, you know what? I'm going to have to do it. And then I'm going to have to feel like I'm running the household. I'm in control and I'm the one who make all the decisions. But I shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
I shouldn't have to do that. And where we get the term, I guess, where women get the term masculine energy because they feel like they have man in a relationship.
Yeah. I agree with you 100% on that.
But I'm gonna speak from personal experience and from what I've been through. I don't want to be that person, and I don't want to be the head. I don't want that responsibility. That's a lot. That's a lot on a woman, first of all, because I'm sure, Baker, you can probably empathize with me being a woman and having to go to work and nurture, take care of the household, come home. You gotta be here for your friends. You gotta be there for your family. Then you have to also be the backbone to a man who's not even supporting you.
Yeah.
Like
when I just leave them, girl, I just leave them where I found them. Just leave them. No.
That's too much. It's too much.
It really is.
So while I'm sitting here doing all this for the house, while I'm sitting here doing everything I know I'm supposed to do, you are lacking on your responsibility. And that doesn't make me feel secure. That's not, I don't feel secure in a relationship. So I'm just saying, from my personal experience, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be somebody who can't lead me like they're supposed to be. I don't want to have to pick up the slack.
Okay, well, let me ask y'all this. So, if you never had a decent man in your life, even if it started from fatherhood, if you never seen how a house is supposed to be ran or how a man is supposed to lead, and then you try to freestyle it on the go, is it more fair to kind of fall in what the trends say how a man should lead, or should you go look for some real examples on what's important on how a man should lead?
You should look for I feel like you should look for an example. You should be looking at positive influences to show you how a man is supposed to lead a family.
Right.
You shouldn't just say, well, if I'm going on this TikTok challenge or what they say on Facebook, if you've never experienced that and you've never been in that situation, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Baker. But if you've never experienced that, then you should be looking for something positive. You shouldn't just be following what everybody else is saying.
Right. And like I grew up in a 2-parent household. My daddy, he led the household. Mama, she stood down. When daddy said something, she stood down. But so like you say, from your experience, from my experience, I know how a house is supposed to be ran. But at the same time, when you start dating a person, how do I say this? When you start dating a person, you don't really know how that person is until you start to live with them. You see them in all aspects in life, like when they up, when they down, they happy, they sad. So you really not. I don't know if I'm making sense. So you don't know if they can lead until y'all already in a relationship, and then you having to teach the man how to lead if he don't know how to lead. But does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting my.
I'm getting
I get what you're going with it, but you can definitely figure out if that man know how to lead before y'all get in a relationship, because all you have to do is look at it as accomplishments.
Yeah, but they got some men out there got some low confidence.
Yeah, you know what? I with Clee, because you can tell by a man's ambition or what he's showing you prior to the relationship. Like if he's sitting here saying, I'm doing this, but you've never seen him make a step towards anything he's doing. Prime example, if he's like,
true,
I always take care of my kids. My kids always with me. Anything my kids don't want for nothing. But the whole 3 months y'all just been dating, not even in a relationship, you don't never see this man with his kids.
You don't never see the children.
You don't never see him. And then he always into it with the mama. And man, she just tripping. She can't be tripping all the time.
You gotta be playing a role in that.
So it's like, if you never see them doing the things in just in the dating phase, you can already tell, like, this man.
Well, baby, I must have been in the wrong phase. I don't know what I was going through. But Lord, thank you for getting me through it. But I'm just saying. I don't know.
That
Like she said, I want you want a man that's gonna lead the house. If you can't lead this household, it ain't no need for you to be here. I'm not gonna carry this whole household by myself. And you just be here. You gonna have to step up and be a man, homie.
Yeah, and it's exhausting. Like it's exhausting to have to feel like you really don't have anybody there for you. Like if I'm there for the kids, if I'm there for my job, if I'm there for the man, like I understand being his backbone. I understand supporting him, being there for him. But what is he doing to make me feel like I can support him like that? And that may not make sense how I'm saying it, but if he's not doing anything, if he is lazy, if he has no if he's not optimistic, if he has no ambition, if he's not doing anything for the household, but what just there, like how am I supposed to support somebody who's lazy? I can only.
He wasn't supposed to get that far anyway.
Well, no, he wasn't. He wasn't.
No, but we live and we learn. Right. We live and we learn. Right. We all gotta make mistakes to learn from our mistakes at the same time. Well, me.
Yeah, I mean, we live
and we learn.
It's true. We all gotta, experience some things to understand some things. But sometimes when those people tell us what it is, or tell us what not to do, or what we shouldn't do, sometimes just hearing it is supposed to do wonders. Because I mean, I never needed to try crack to realize I'm not doing it. It's not a good look. I see what happening to the people who doing it. Like we don't have to experience every piece of trauma there is on the table for us to come out and say, at least this is my testimony and I overcame it. Like we are the only people who just love trying to go through some kind of traumatic experience so we can overcome it and have a story. But today's time is not yesterday's time. So like I said before, like back in the day, like that, you can have a stepdaddy for 15, 20 years, marry your mama, he look at the kids as his own. As of today, these men won't even deal with women with kids. So now it's like, now you got to adapt because you chose to look at it in your present state instead of your future. Your future husband don't want this. Your future husband don't want that. Your future wife don't want this. Your future wife don't want that. But we like, you know what? This is a part of my story. You got to just take me as I am. Nobody has to take anybody the way that they are. So then we get to a point where we go from not being submissive that leads into the selfishness that leads to feeling like I have to settle. Mm-hmm. So it all starts to tie in together. Because the name calling is not working in today. So you can't say, oh, you're not a real man if you're not, because we don't care about that. The name calling, it don't go as far as it used to go. You can't shame a man to make him take a raw deal because you're not understanding. And if a man truly picks you with all your baggage and whatever, at least you can do is have a decent attitude. Because really and truly, we really just want somebody to be nice, kind. Like, far as submissiveness, it's a study out there that Black men are the only men who really work in a 50-50 percentile with their woman, not far as finance, far as decision making. So while everybody else is more of a dictatorship, the Black man and his Black woman is more of a partnership. So we are the only ones who interact with their children more on a higher percentage basis. So the numbers saying that we are great men to be with. Our own women are saying we are not.
Well, we just ain't found the right one yet.
It's a right million of them. It's a right lot of them. But is there no good man? Are you a victim to your preference? Like at some point, you got to look inward and say, hey, it's just something about a raggedy woman with a big booty that I just have to have. It's just something about some ratchetness and an attitude that I just have to have. It's just something about a hard-headed person I just have to have. And sometimes you gotta just look inward and be like, you don't know how to pick.
Right. Yeah. And for personal experience, yeah, that could be the issue. That's why I came to the podcast. You got, come on, lay it on. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Here we go.
I don't know what you're doing wrong, because I don't know what type of people you date.
Oh, the wrong one. I'll tell you that. But you know,
hey, don't feel bad. We all around here
I'm
safe.
not gonna submit to no man who not gonna get out there and do what he's supposed to do as a man. I shouldn't tell you what you should have to do as a man. You should already know what you have to do as a man. But you have to look where the man has came from too, in his background. You understand what I'm saying? If he was raised by a real man, you
What's
know,
a real man? Let's
not a real man, but he was raised to how do I say it? He was raised that, you know what I'm saying? Like she just said, set goal, be goal driven, family oriented. Well, if that's what a person wants, you know what I'm saying? Like be ambitious. You gonna get in here and lead this house. You know, you gonna run this house. I'm gonna stand back, I'm gonna see you. Like
he was raised to fulfill his duties as a man.
as a man. There you go. She said it right. She said it how it's supposed to be said.
And you know what? I saw one of the comments from it says that they believe submission is a privilege, and I wholeheartedly agree with that, because
I partially agree with it.
why do you partially agree with it?
Because
you know what? Before you say that, let me say why I agree with it. Because every woman should not submit to every man.
No.
So if you are in, like we've said previously, the relationships or the situationships or whatever, where this man has not shown you that he can be a leader or a protector or a provider, what are you submitting to him for? He's not doing anything for you to submit to him. So you can't sit there and say, well, this man right here. Ooh, you all right?
Y'all hear that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get off my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay, it's good. So you can't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna follow my man 100%, and I'm gonna submit to him, and I'm gonna stand beside him." But he's leading y'all into destruction. You can't follow behind somebody who's not even who can't even take you halfway to the promised land. There is no promised land behind this man.
you want to hear why I partially agree?
I'm ready.
Nah, I agree with that. That's facts.
But this is the reason why I partially agree with this. Submission is a privilege. You either got it or you don't.
Yep.
The submission.
You either got it or you don't. See, it sounds good when we sitting down talking about it, but in reality, most people don't submit because they look at it as slavery.
Right.
So that means you don't know what it means. That means you don't even know how to do it. So
right.
How can it be a privilege if you don't even know how to do it?
That's a fact.
Second point when you made. Yeah, man, I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking. Hold on. So the second point to this, y'all should not have to wait until we are officially in a relationship to realize this man do not know how to lead. Just like y'all know when y'all having sex with a below average man that I'm gonna be stuck out if this man get me pregnant. If it's a risk having sex with him, it's a risk being in a relationship with him. So that's why it's partial. So if you choose
what are you doing?
Don't have sex with this man who can't take care of his kids, or you know he not taking care of his kids, then you know he can't lead. He ain't got nothing to put on the table. He can't lead. He ain't got no accomplishments. He can't lead. You don't even feel a need if he raised his voice. You don't feel even the need to stay feminine enough, he can't lead because you don't respect him. You go back and forth with men you don't respect, or men you think you can whoop. Ultimately, you don't respect him. Because if a woman respect her man like that, she's not going to even say certain things towards that man to even play with his masculinity like that.
True.
It's a certain level we're not going to even go past. But if you underachieving as a man, you're going to get the attitude, the cussings, the domestic, all that back and forth tension. Like, you're not going to get that woman to understand because you underachieving as a man. So even if you do not have the proper guidance when you get up, you can't use that as no excuse because you chose to pursue this woman. You chose to be in a relationship with this woman. So at least you can do is do your, hold your load. But that's why I agree with it partially because it's
that people were
like, you can't sit here and say, I'm gonna submit to the right person if you don't even know how to submit at all. It sound good. That's like me saying, hey, I'm gonna marry the right one, but everybody I thought I met was the right one until they wasn't. But that's because I chose not to look with a shallow eye, and it was more on a scale of I like this person this much. So whatever their shortcomings is, I'm just gonna help them get to where they're gonna get to, and we gonna be happy. And now you in a whole situation. Now it's like whatever you didn't introduce this person to, this person was lazy. You know that this woman didn't cook. You know that she didn't clean like that. So now I'm in the situation where I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm working 2 jobs, doing everything, and she's comfortable. But I set precedent because, take people as they are. Love will prevail, all this Disney movie bullshit that we be going through. But in reality, you should be judging people based on what they have to show you. And if all you have to show me is ignorance and trauma, you're not ready for a relationship. You're really looking for some help. And you'll just bounce around because men will let you bounce around. Like the last week's episode, we can find you at McDonald's and put a ring on your finger. We can do that. If it's the other way around, it's not like that. But we have to have a standard to where you have to date your equal. Because if you do not date your equal, understand it's easier for them to convince you to lower yourself to their standard than it's going to be for you to upgrade them to yours. Because I have to submit to you and you have to submit to me. We both have to submit to each other. So I might be the one who make all the money, but you may be more financially literate. So I am going to submit to your knowledge, whatever you're trying to do with this money. That's just what it is. If I'm better than you in certain things, it's just certain things you should not even go back and forth with me with, because when it comes down to this, I'm the A side. When it comes down to this, you the A side. If it's something we both can't figure out, we just come together and make the best form decision for the house.
Right.
But people just think submission is one way. That is not how they go.
It's a 2-way street.
So, but when you listening to other people say, "Oh, this is slavery," y'all just want women to be barefoot and pregnant. Like we don't even live in those times.
Ow.
Like at this point, the household needs 2 incomes. Every kid needs 2 parents. They need examples and they need to understand what's going on. So we can't sit up here and just be like, oh, submission just means slavery out the gate and y'all just want to cheat in peace. And don't get me wrong, it's definitely niggas that just want to cheat in peace. That is a thing. Cheating in peace is a thing. Like it's not. But when it comes down to submission, if you don't submit to something you don't know how to do, then you're going to run the whole family off a cliff. If I don't know how to do this, and all I can do is provide the money, because in reality, our grandfathers and all them people didn't go to college. Them people, they had a high school education and common sense. They were just fortunate enough to be certified when they came out of high school. Most of them didn't finish high school. They went straight to working in their young teenage years. So, hey, this is the check. Give it to the old lady. The old lady pay all the bills. I don't know nothing about paying no bills and doing all that, writing no checks. That's not what I do. I get up, I cut this grass, I go to work, I make this money. I chastise these kids if they're getting out of line while I'm at work. That's my job. That's the lane that I stay in. Take this check so you can pay these bills and handle all that. I'm submitting I'm submitting to your womanhood. You're submitting to my manhood.
Facts.
That's how it's supposed to be. But like I say, we are too busy arguing amongst one another because men are coming into the point where, if we gonna be honest, a lot of men just started having sex. A lot of men just got their money up and they just started having sex. Niggas be talking like they just be fucking like that. They do not. A lot of niggas don't get coochie until they get in a relationship. They just be talking the way they be talking. But men become financially more mature in their 30s. Y'all got to understand that while a man is coming into his prime 30s and 40s, y'all have decreased your looks and all this other baggage that y'all have, and now y'all have more attitudes. And now you're trying to get the man who's more at his prime financially to pay for an attitude. Who's going to pay for that? Not everybody.
be having attitudes.
Not everybody. Goddamn, Baker. Not everybody.
Men be having attitudes too. Just like we be talking. We be talking noise. Men too.
Of course. I mean,
you got a lot of men out here that be acting like women sometimes. You got to let them know. Let me be the woman. God damn.
I understand that. And that's been since the beginning of time. What I'm saying is, if you're trying to win, now, if you just trying to go back and forth with men and we just on podcast, just trying to get some views going back and forth, that's fine. But if you trying to win, you got to understand your role and what his role is and how your role is supposed to support his role and how his role is supposed to support your role. Because you can't tell, it's hard to tell a man that's been getting curved his whole life. And now he's in his 30s and 40s. He got all the money in the world. And now people throwing it at him. It's kind of hard to keep him from acting a little arrogant. Because now he got options. I don't have to accept these deals. That's a bad deal. Well, you didn't let your baby daddy did this without having to do that. Why I got to do it? That man did this without doing that. Why I got to do it? Yeah, it's the same way. But it's just the thing of men, and it's double standard. It is what it is. Men can sleep with the whole city, and his stock would not go down at all.
Yeah, that's true.
If one of you women did that,
we some hoes, stocks, slut buckets, and all that.
Your whole stock gonna go all the way down. Ain't nobody no man is not gonna try to be the one who say, I'm the one who married the neighborhood whore. Nobody wants that. So it is a double standard, but understand, y'all had the power to make this. Y'all didn't make the lames, who y'all call lames, and the people who was in the books. Y'all didn't make them popular. Y'all made the ones who was skipping class, smoking weed outside doing. Y'all made them popular and made them have the right to have all these babies. Because I don't have any kids, and Thurnis don't have any kids. Man. But you have the same women talk about, I want me a man with no kids, but they got 3 and 4 of them. And they not having no more kids. So now my bloodline ends with me, where I have to take care of whatever bloodline you are and whatever bloodline these other kids is. Meanwhile, I'm at a standstill. But nobody looks at the interest of fairness. But y'all want men to submit to y'all trauma, but y'all don't want to submit to your man.
It's not all women, though.
But we know that. I mean, I ain't got to say all women. It's definitely not all women.
He ain't saying all women. It's a general
if a man, just like I said, if a man gonna come in here and lead this household, baby, have the reins. Take the reins from me. You know what I'm saying? Handle that. I'm gonna do my due diligence as a woman. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna help you pay the bills. I'm gonna cut it 50-50 with you. You know what I'm saying? You got some that won't, but like you got, like I say, you got some. They act like some little bitches, you know what I'm saying? And you have to.
But
you gotta.
But most of us was raised underneath what? a woman.
Well, yeah.
We were raised underneath a woman. We all have women tendencies at some point. We all do something that's womanly. The way we cook, the way we clean, the way we wash clothes. It's something because we was underneath the tutelage of a woman. The back and forth, that's a woman.
So I don't know what I missed, but hey y'all. So I mean, I have two different outlooks on the word submission as it pertains to two different types of situations. So there's the man that wants to come in and provide 100%, and the woman should be submissive, right, to that situation. But in this generation, when you have a man and a woman and both have to go to work, both have to pay the bills, both have to take care of the kids, I feel like you have to create a foundation to allow your woman and man to want to submit naturally, right? It should come as certain things you can do, small things you can do that some men don't, they don't look at it like it's a big deal, but it will set the tone for your woman to naturally submit, regardless to if both of y'all are working, both of y'all are paying the bills, both of y'all are taking care of the children. But in this day and age, it's like the men forget about the small stuff, and now you looking at us like we don't want to submit, but you're not, and it could go both ways. You're not doing certain things to allow me to want to do that naturally. If I know you had a long day at work, I might come home and say, you know what, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna bring you your plate, I'm gonna clean the dishes, I'm gonna make sure the kids taken care of. If I do that a couple of nights a week, I feel like eventually, naturally, you're gonna want to do the same for me. Like, oh no, let me handle the food tonight, the kids tonight, the dishes tonight. That's like you're setting the tone to allow the other person to naturally submit. And I don't think it really has anything to do with gender. I just think that so many people think about it one-sided. But I feel like if you're the type of man that wants your woman to submit as it pertains to the Bible, let's just say, then you have to create that foundation to allow her to do that. But you can't be like, I want you to go to work. I want you to pay half of the bills. I want you to cook. I want you to clean. I want you to take care of the kids. And all I want to do is work. Because then you're not going to allow me to want to submit naturally because, well, damn, that almost crosses into the line of control and not really submission. So I don't know. I feel like both parties have to do certain things to allow the other person to want to submit naturally. If I come home and you done cleaned up, I'm like, damn, okay, cool. So tomorrow I'm a want to do something for you or something for the house to take the load off of you. But you have to set that tone. I mean,
give and take.
I don't know.
Give and take.
I don't think you gotta set the tone. I think the problem is we dealing with skipping the right proper questioning in the interview stage.
Nah, straight up. That's exactly
why are we waiting to get in the relationship to try to negotiate? Why am I negotiating? I already won. I got you. What am I negotiating for? And that's how most people think. That's like if you sit up here and you marry a man who's been cheating on you and he asks you to marry him and you marry him, you just told that man he can cheat for the rest of his life.
God bless you.
So what you're saying, I agree with what you're saying. I just don't agree with why do we wait until we're so invested to deal with it? Because now the average person stays longer than what they're supposed to. Yeah. So we said, hey, instead of asking, or instead of allowing somebody to tell you how horrible their ex was, y'all don't ask us what we did with that ex. How many times did we take them out? How were we? Were we romantic? Did we tend to the kids? Did we help you? Y'all don't ask those questions. Y'all just let us tell y'all anything. And then y'all got to figure this shit out in a relationship. Like, A lot of us are purebred liars. It's been taught we are liars. Like men and women, we already know how to get over. We know how to get over. So if y'all not asking the proper questions during the interview stage, y'all gonna get what you're gonna get.
But there's also people that you can ask them the questions, their actions can match their questions, their answers in the interview stage. They can do everything right in the beginning. They answer the questions, you work through it, and then as soon as you get married, it stops because they feel like they don't have to do none of that no more. So you could be doing something 100% in the beginning and asking those questions, getting those answers, getting those actions to match those answers, and then once you marry them and you invested in them, they like, oh, cool, I'm good now. I don't have to do all that stuff I was doing in the beginning. So it could go both ways, Clea. I mean, people can act a
Well,
certain
I
way for
mean,
years.
Most men revert back to their natural nature very quickly.
and
We can
what
only
I was
hold that down for so long.
because what'll happen is sometimes in them situations, adversity happens. Adversity happens that tests the foundation that y'all done laid. You know what I'm saying? That y'all done set forth. And that man might not necessarily be the same in that situation mentally. So he's going to revert back to a space where he knows how to operate and still function and get at least some of these things, like okay, getting up and going to work. He might be a less of a romantic because he's not operating in that same blissful mental state that he was when y'all was when the relationship was fresh, when it was new, when it was this, that, and the third. Adversity is a real thing, and that's where it boils down to when y'all first get together in the interview stage. Hey, mentally, how are you? How do you react in these situations? These are questions that women, know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say all women, but women don't ask these situations. No, I'm sorry, they don't ask these questions about these situations to men, and then when it happens, they get taken back, and it's like, well, damn, this was it was good while this was going on in the beginning. Why is he going? Why is he switching up now? Why is he changing on me? It's not that we got you. It's not a situation that we won. For some niggas, yeah, that is the situation, and but for other dudes, it's again, they don't know how to handle certain mental adversities, certain adversities that life throws at them. So again, like cliche, they gonna revert back. They gonna revert back to a level where they know how to operate and still get the bare minimum of things done. As far as getting up, going to work, being able to function, they'll probably be less talkative, less vocal, less romantic. And I mean, it does. It happens. As speaking as a man, that has happened too. It happens. It's a real damn thing. Especially if you were dealing with a partner, you know what I'm saying, who doesn't necessarily give a damn about your mental space. You're a man. You should be able to get through that. You're a man. Toughen it up. This, that, and the third. Okay, so when I toughen up and I'm all the way around hardened and not soft with you, this is what you asked me for. You can't get upset. This is what you asked me for. You said toughen up, get through it, and keep pushing. So that's what I'm doing. And eventually, you operating on autopilot.
I was
You're not even there. You're
about
not
to use that
focused.
word. I was just about to use that word autopilot. And then you gotta
Yeah, like I was having a discussion with my friend. You know what I'm saying? That nigga done been through all kinds of trauma. Lost a sister, lost a mother lost their mobility due to COVID, then lost a grandfather the year prior. I'm like, damn, like, so what are you doing? How you getting through this? And then it was just like, oh man, I work, I keep myself busy, I do this and that and the third. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but are you taking time to decompress? Like, are you, like, what are you doing to actually face what's going on in your life to where you can, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to be able to get back to the old you because things have changed in your life. So how are you working towards being a new version of yourself to where you not operating on autopilot?
And then it's to piggyback to that, man. It's two more things. Like, y'all gotta realize when picking a man, one, how did you get the relationship? Like, was it his idea? Was it your idea? Did you have to pull him into it, kicking and screaming? Did you have to give him an ultimatum? Like, how did y'all get to relationship stage? Because if you had to do all that, then yeah, he will start off strong, doing whatever it is that makes you happy. Then once it really click in his head that he's in a relationship he really didn't want, then all that shit is gonna slack. It's gonna slack tremendously. Because you gotta realize, man, men do not like to feel like they at work when they not at work.
Women don't either.
So if they are to the point where it's like it's a certain level of delusion that we have, because the way that we met you, the laughing, the good time, and all that, that is the way we want our relationship to be the whole duration.
Facts.
Ain't gonna
We
all
want
be
that too.
sunshine, sunshine, the whole relationship. You gonna have to put each other in check a couple times.
Yeah, but for the most part, we want it to be the same way before we signed up for pure obligation.
But we want that too. Women want that too. We don't want
y'all want it too. Everybody want it, but y'all pursuit is different than a man, because the man came in the way that he came in, accepted the way that he came in, and we laughed, we had a great time, and all that other stuff. For the most part, he's just gonna be him, what he was. As a certain female was saying, I want you to grow, so grow. Now you start putting more demand. Then in your frustration, because we don't really know how much
it should be. I want us to grow. So how am I growing? What can I do to better myself? What can you do to better yourself? We come to the table, sit down, and talk about, let's work out a game plan, and we're gonna grow together.
But the thing
But
is,
respectfully, we both know that don't happen like that.
Y'all can't work out game plans if neither one of y'all got one on y'all own. You ain't accomplished nothing. We both have no worth ethic in building with somebody. So that's why it's like when you get a man, this is not, you can't just go from, all right, I got a man, let me do this honeymoon stage, let me my man that shit out, and then hey,
that's my man.
Hey, you need to go ahead and get this LLC so we can start building. That man don't know what the fuck you talking about. He ain't built nothing. You ain't built nothing.
That's why you gotta help each other build. Both of y'all get to find out the resources and the education behind it, and y'all do it together.
That's very true. But as everybody in here knows, and again, I'm not speaking on the women in here. And I'm not speaking on, no, I'm saying no woman in particular, but just the general woman. She's going to look at social media and compare it to what she has. And then boom, all of a sudden this man is going to get blindsided with these expectations that weren't presented to him originally.
You can't go by. You
and
can't
like
base
he
your
said,
life
and like
off of
and like
social
he
media.
say,
You gotta live your life for your life.
it's starting to feel like work, because I got you without all of these expectations and being this, that, and the third. But now you blindside him with this expectations. Oh, we need to go get this LLC. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, we need to know what I'm saying. I want to start doing this. I want to start doing that, and the third. And now it's like, well, I mean, well, damn, why was this not spoken of in the beginning? When we was in the high key heat stage.
Yeah, this shit not fun no more. I don't like this.
Yeah, and it's a turn off, because again, like I say, it almost feel like you Trojan. It make a man feel like he's being Trojan horse. Now again, I'm not speaking on me. I'm not speaking on my situation. The foundation was laid for the situation. We know what we want. We know where we trying to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. And we trying to work towards that. I'm speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? Men get blindsided. They get blindsided. I've had conversations with friends, you know what I'm saying, just cats that I work with, and they say, man, my lady want me to start doing this such and such and such. Man, what you know about that? I'm like, oh man, you could you look that up, this, that, and the third. See, man, that shit seemed like a whole lot of work. You know what I'm saying? That's literally the first thing that come out their mouth. Like, man, it seemed like a whole lot of work. Like, damn, she ain't say nothing about this in the beginning. So again, now he feel blindsided. Now he feel quote unquote hold. You know what I'm saying? You snuck this in on him.
Well,
You're not
you
the same
can't.
person. You done changed up on him.
I'm gonna
Everything is
say
not ha
this:
ha he.
nothing is gonna
It's
remain
all
the same the
serious.
rest
It's
of
all
it.
serious for him now.
Nothing is gonna. Sorry, cut y'all, but nothing is gonna remain the same. In a
It's not.
relationship, you should want to grow. You should push that other to do better, to want better for them, and they should push you the same, so y'all can have something out of life. So don't say it's blindsiding. Let's just say it's motivating each other to want more and have more out of life.
Well, I think with the blinds, like what he means is
It
like
wasn't
you're wanting something that you never
right.
required in the
Like you have to record whatever it is that you want to be comfortable, that you know that you want to be stable, comfortable, and happy in your relationship. You need to voice that in the interview stage. Y'all should not even get to boyfriend, girlfriend, let alone marriage, if you don't voice what you want, because he's not gonna just wake up and get it.
True.
Yeah.
Because he's not. Men don't operate in such ways to where when we see something, we automatically need to have it as a part of our life. We're not as impressionable like that. Like, but when women get around each other and you hear this woman talk about, yeah, my man just started a business, this other woman said too, and then somebody else said, and then somebody else got some other stuff going on. This one got a promotion. This one started an LLC. This one started this one started that. But yours is just at home. You don't have no stories to just put out there on the table. And most women, when you get back home, you gonna start looking at him a little different. Because y'all want a man y'all can brag on. As you should. You definitely don't want to be the only person on girls' night out just sipping her wine and can't talk about her man. Everybody got a story. Everybody man is leveling up. But you,
I'm gonna hop back in.
Yeah, it's bad.
Real quick.
But you at the house, and you might have not even thought about how deep this was until you heard other people speak about it. Now it's like, damn, they seem so happy, they want so much. You don't know the other side of that though. You definitely don't know the other side. Because with trying to do something that you never done before, something is gonna get neglected. Something. Whether it's the romance, the sex, the just the conversation that y'all would have and don't have anymore, the family interaction, something is going to lack, because now this man has to figure out something he's never touched before in his life. And for men to figure out stuff, most men need complete silence while they think. But that's those men. The majority of what we are talking about in this particular topic are the selfish ones that's ignorant to the fact of even knowing what a woman wants. Most men just want to enjoy their woman because they never really had time to enjoy a woman. Soon as they get the woman, yeah, we together. All right, babe. What you trying to do? You trying to get the business started? You got date. Soon as they get the woman, they can't take a breath at the finish line, get no water. It's like, oh, now you got to run a couple more laps. We just got started. So then you get that man who powered out. Because he thought, hey, this is a good woman. I probably never had a good woman, or I never felt this way that I feel right now. I just want to get this woman. I just want to enjoy her for a certain moment of time, and then I'm gonna upgrade all this shit. But if he never got a point to be like, hey, I get to enjoy my woman, now as soon as you gotta work twice as hard as you was working before you, which is vice versa. Y'all have to do the same thing. But all y'all really have to do is maintain. Whatever it is that you was doing, maintain it. Because the man is not going to ask you to upgrade. You just have to maintain what you, if you was having sex with me 3 times a week, maintain that number as close as possible. If you was cooking like this, maintain what you was already doing. Don't come false advertising doing something you know you can't keep up with. But the man, his job is he has to upgrade. And most men, when they get a family, it's a trigger that's going to go off to take care of your family or give his woman something that he knows she wants. But the ones who do not know or do not have that trigger that goes off, they never had that type of experience to sit down and be like, yeah, I got this woman. Because the trauma y'all go to, we go through the same trauma. So you got men that's been going through this cycle of going through relationship, in and out of depression. So when they get their woman, they just want to relax for a second. But if you get into a situation to where it's like, soon as I got here, you let me get all the way to here, and now you're telling me what I am now is not good enough. So now I gotta get right back on that horse and keep it moving again to try to please somebody else. Now we're not gonna even tell you what we want, because that's gonna seem like too much. So let's go ahead and let's just make you happy. At the same time, I'm making myself unhappy. At the same time, the relationship is approaching this expiration date. If he or she is not where you want them to be before the relationship, there's no need for the relationship. Y'all kick it. But having babies and jumping in relations, like, why would you do that? They wasn't where you needed them to be. And this is why people should have a very achievable standard. It's not settling. You have an achievable standard. That man or that woman was taking care of themselves before you got there. Transportation, got their own house, they got their debt to freedom ratio. Y'all understand what that is. Y'all understand if y'all combine that, it might be worse for y'all. Keep shit separate. Like, that's conversations you got to have in the beginning. Because if you don't have the conversations in the beginning, you're going to just be blindsided. We still dating like we in high school. I like you, you like me, this my girl, this my man, and that's it.
Yeah, but the reason it's like that is because we've taken so many losses. Like, we've taken loss after loss. So it's like, you know what? And that's when you get to the settle. You get to the, well, he checks enough boxes, I guess. Like, but you start, like, it's like bare minimum. It's not even 6 out of 10. It's more like 3 out of 10. So then, of course, yeah, you're going to date like you in high school. It's like, well, at least I like him. Like, at least I can put up with him. At least I can deal with this. At least I can, settle for this. Getting in the past 5 relationships. So, yeah, of course, at some point, you're going to be like, you know what? This is okay. This is doable. I can sit here and accept this. Because he's not that bad, but he's not great. But I can work with it.
So Taj asked, why should women not have expectations? It has nothing to do, what I'm saying has nothing to do with not having expectations. What I'm saying is you want to minimize your risk of being let down. So a man who ain't got anything, you shouldn't expect anything. If he surprised you, that is fine. But putting your eggs in that basket, knowing that he has nothing to show you, I just wouldn't take the risk. That's just me. Not for the man. Like, you can have all the expectations all you want to, and then you find yourself in a 5-year, 10-year relationship. You didn't put all your money, you didn't put all your emotions into this, and he's still letting you down. So now when you leave, you just wasted some years you can't get back. Or you didn't have his kids, so now you going back into the dating market. Like, hey, come accept me and my kids now. And men of today are saying they don't want that in mass, which is kind of crazy.
Women too, because women don't want to deal with no men and they cheering, no baby mama drama. Women too.
But most of it, the ones that had the kids, y'all don't deal with them like that because men aren't custodial parents in majority of these cases. So even if he got some kids in the particular group I'm talking about, even if he got some kids, you're not gonna even really see them.
Yeah, but you should.
You should, but you gave
Just
him a
as much as
relationship.
your kids is around, they kids should be around.
Yeah, but you know the thing is everybody got their pride. So that woman don't want to deal with that woman or his kids anyway. So him not bringing them around ain't a red flag at the time. Not until she give him a kid of his own, then it gonna start making sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Oh, he just fucked up.
Yeah.
See, that's when you winning with the ain't shit man, you don't really care about none of his flags because you winning. But when you cross that threshold and now you got to be the recipient of the ain't shit, oh no, it's it don't feel too good. It's good that he not helping his baby mama. He always with you, family pictures, pumpkin patch. It's great. But when your ass is the recipient, oh Lord, here come the Facebook post. He ain't shit. Father's Day come around. I'm a mother and a father. Happy Father's Day to myself. All this other shit. But
you don't have to.
Like I say,
bitter baby mamas do that. I'ma say that.
Hey man,
bitter baby mamas do
most
this.
men.
Well, let me not say bitter baby mamas because that might, you know what I'm saying, upset some people. But you
He don't care about upsetting nobody. Shit, that's what he live for.
bitter. I don't want to say bitter baby mom, upset baby mamas. Like, you know what I'm saying? They do that. Just do what you do, regardless. If that man want to take care of that child, he gonna take care of that child. You shouldn't have to ask him nothing. If he don't, he not. You know. That's how I feel about the situation. About that. But don't go. He got 4-5 kids, but don't go run behind him and have another.
Now, Taj, I don't mind reading your comments, but man, what's going on with these 2-3 paragraphs?
Wait, I can't see the comment. Y'all can see the comment.
This
Yeah.
admin privileges.
Oh, here we go.
Gotta be special.
Yeah, gotta be paying monthly. It's a subscription. So yeah, but Taj, you can have expectations from your man, and he can have expectations from you. Just make sure you cooking from something. It's something already there. That's it. That's all I'm saying. It's the expectations ain't just for one side, one gender. It's just a difference between man expectations and y'all expectations. Men expectations is just for you to maintain what we had when we liked you. When we first decided that we liked you, we loved you and wanted to be with you, we just want you to maintain that. You may have a creator's heart. You may want to do your salons and put one here, put one there. That might be you. You might be just the person that say, hey, whatever you do, just let me know and I'll give you the money for it. So you may want him to have the same motion as you, but he just might not be that type of person. And you got to be okay with that as long as he helping you get to what you adhere to. Some, they got silent partners for a reason. Your man can be a solid partner. Your woman can be a solid partner. But sitting up here saying, I wake up and everything on my mind is to go get it. He need to wake up the same way. No, nigga, I might have to wake up and stretch and think for 10 minutes. My life might be a little different. So, I might need complete silence. So everybody's just not the same. But the expectation part is just different from both genders. Y'all want more. Naturally, you're supposed to get more. He went from coming over Friday on the weekend, laying that lumber down. Then you felt like you gave up enough coochie. You wanted a promotion. Now your girlfriend. You did enough coochie. You did enough cooking, cleaning, helping out. Now you want another promotion. You want to be wife. So it's in y'all nature to keep wanting more. That's what y'all are.
So men don't have that same expectation. Like they don't ever stop and think, okay, I don't want to be just boyfriend. I want to be husband. So men don't have that expectation at all.
We don't have to have the expectation of wanting to be husband because we have to ask you. See, now if the only way for men to get married was y'all to ask us, then it'll be different. We have to ask the question. We have to accept it. So nah, we don't have the expectation unless we want to be married. So
I got a question. So what's y'all opinion about a man approaching a woman, not a woman ever approaching a man? This is way off topic, but what's y'all opinion on it?
I think if you want to win, you better put yourself out there because, like we saying, like you said earlier, men are acting like women. So men want to be chose just like women want to be chose, and it ain't too many. It's slim pickings. So if you can get to the good man that's kind of just minding his business, and you get him, and you make your move on him, and then you get married, then it is what it is.
Ladies, what's y'all opinion on it? Y'all feel like a woman should approach a man, or you feel like the man should approach you?
I've always been the type of person to go for what I want. So I mean, I've been with my husband for 10 years, and we've been married 6 or 7, no 6. So I mean, he was minding his business, and I approached him. Like I mean, that's just the type of nature that. So I never really felt like one should do this. Now, when it pertains to like marriage, I'm not saying I'm against a woman asking a man. I just feel like society and tradition has clouded our judgment about who's supposed to be doing what. But I mean, I'm just a different type of woman. I go for what I want. So I don't sit around and just wait for somebody to approach me. Like that's just me and my nature. I've always pursued what I was interested in.
Man, I told Taryn the other day, y'all need to start asking men to marry y'all. And she was like, I ain't gonna never ask no man to marry you.
That's showing right there. He can't take the reins. He can't take the lead. I gotta take the lead.
But if you calm down and let me whip it one time. God damn, let me put the creamer in it. If you are in a relationship, let's just say you feel like, Baker, let's feel like you 2 years, the type of woman that you are, 2-year relationship should come with a proposal, and by that 3rd, 4th year, y'all should be married. Let's just say you feel like that's fair for you. You that type of person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get to that point of that 4th year, and he have not proposed yet. So you already done went past when he was supposed to propose. I feel like if you have a conversation and ask that man, do you want to marry me? If he tell you not right now, no, that is your freedom to leave this relationship. You're not proposing to him. You're getting clear understanding.
I agree.
We have been together for 4 or 5 years.
What do you see in, like, where do you see this going? What do you want to do? Like, is marriage even something that you are even considering?
But that should have been talked about in the early stages, but not in the 2 years.
You don't do that, man. That line of questioning gives that man a whole lot of room to tap dance. Do you want to marry me? Scene. That's it. That's like, because if you start saying, hey, what do you see it from here? Now he can start tricking you and shit. Oh, it ain't, I just, I want to marry you, but I just don't feel like financially he gonna make himself the victim. Financially, I'm just not there, and I want to make sure you got everything. We get married. I want to get you the wedding that you want. Whoop the whoop. Now he didn't tell you some slick shit. Now you didn't. All right, I get that nigga 2 more years on the clock. Now you in a whole relationship, 8 years, ain't nothing happening. Simple. Hey, look at it. You didn't see what I got. You didn't see me at my best. This is me. Is this good enough to marry today? If the answer is no, then get out of here. Go find your man.
I wanna answer Baker's question, and then I want to say something, and then I'm gonna ask a question. So, your question was how do I feel about women approaching men or men approaching women, right?
Either vice versa.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this: every relationship that I have pushed to begin, like if I initiate, I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? Or hey, do you want it? Like, it has not worked out. I'm gonna say that if I started it, if I pushed the relationship to be, it didn't work out. I will say that. Like please said, we had that conversation about women need to start proposing. I will never. I will not fix my lips to ever. I will
not asking the question. I agree with him on asking the question.
I'm saying propose. Proposing. I did not say go get rings.
I'm sorry. Asking men
inquire. Hey, me right now in my present state, can you marry me right now? That's it.
But I don't want to have to ask the men that question. I don't want to have to ask that question.
Yeah, you don't want to have to ask that question, but do you want to have to waste your time and
no, ask you? Of course not.
We are doing my whole approach when we're talking about this relationship shit at this point is damage control. How to leave this shit with the least amount of scars. It's that simple. So we can have the no, he have to ask, but it's your time that's getting wasted. Remember, he looks a certain way when he ages. You look a certain way when you ages. The market will decide who's the winner. And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be the woman. So stop wasting your time. Stop getting all these bruises and just say, look out. I didn't show you over a span of 3 years. This is what I can do. This is me at my best, and I've given it to you. Today, at my present state right now, can we get married? Would you marry this right now?
I think that's fair instead of assuming that, oh, it's going to come, and then you add another year, and then you add another 3 years, and then you add another, and like everybody's in limbo. Nobody really know how each other feel about the topic. So I think having a conversation is not a bad idea at some point to bring it up. But yeah, as far as a woman getting down on her knee, then nah, I ain't with that. But having a conversation to avoid wasting time, that does give you the opportunity to take a step back and evaluate the situation, because I think people don't have that conversation because they don't want to have to deal with the answer being no. Like, it could go either way. It could be yes or it could be no, but most people don't want to deal with the no, so they just avoid the question.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to ask that at some point in time. Hey, look, I'm not saying I'm forcing you into a proposal. I'm not saying I'm rushing you, but at this stage, do you think you can marry me? I think it's a valid question, because if the answer is no, then you get to take a step back and reevaluate the situation and say, okay, so how many more years am I willing to keep investing in this if in 4 years it's gonna still be no? Like, you get to kind of decide how to move forward.
Exactly.
So dating, the first 3-4 months of dating, you know what I'm saying? What do you want out of a relationship? Are you looking to date? Are you looking to have more children? Like, you know what I'm saying? That it shouldn't even be 2 years, and then you
gotta look at it just like school, just like your kid go to school. Your kid get a progress report and a report card.
Mm-hmm.
That progress report is when y'all going on dates and you tell him at that table you want to be married at some point, you want this, you want this, that's progress report.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Every
we as women can ask that question to men then
Yeah.
and there during the dating phase. What are you looking for? I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but at what point do you check on that? Because all he got left is your progress report. You ain't pulled up a report card yet. Report cards come it's every 6 weeks, so you got a 3-week progress, 6 week for the report card. So
Unless you're in Louisiana like me and it's every 9. I don't know where they get this 9-week bullshit from.
equate those three, them 3 between report card and progress, we gonna equate them to being 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
How many fucking semesters are you trying to go through before this man might ask you?
So is anything other than a definite yes is a no?
Baker, get up. What?
It's cold in here. My bad. I'm up.
Okay. I sure thought you laid down in the bed. I was like, God,
no, I'm in my chair.
Right.
It's cold in here.
What you was finna say, Marjay?
I said, so anything other than a definite yes is a no? So a no obviously is a no, but an I don't know, does that count as a no?
It has to come with something after that. I don't know, but if we work on this, and this, then maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
If it go past your timeline.
If it goes past my timeline.
If
Like,
it go
what if he got a timeline?
Then you got to figure out what's his timeline and why it's his timeline.
It could be like I had my reasons of why I didn't want to get married. I didn't want to get married till I was financially stable to bring what I could bring into the relationship. I was securing my career. You know what I'm saying?
But
stuff like that. I want to make sure if you fall short, I could carry the load.
Okay.
Like that. So that could be a reason to prolong it.
But
not just a definite no, Miss Marjay.
Yeah, but I kind of paid attention to I kind of seen your journey. You wanted something and you just went straight to it and you kind of just kept evolving. I seen it in real time. So if he keep telling you, I want my finances to be together and this nigga ain't moved or made no more money since he told you that, and that was 4 years ago, baby, he not making no more money.
True.
That's just what it is.
Well, you don't know that people can change. People change.
You roll the dice with the motherfuckers. I ain't. Fucking play. Do what you gonna do.
Because I mean, you can only go based on actions.
Risk management. If we focus on risk management, we don't have to go through the bullshit. For men and women.
Yep. That's why people start settling. Because
see what Miss Keller said?
What?
Better
no,
use
look,
Jim
Jones. Comment.
Jim Jones in his latest situation. She proposed to him and they still ain't had no wedding. That's true too.
Because
she was a damn fool.
He didn't want to be with you. See, first of all, the way that she talked to him on TV, she would never get that.
Yeah, that's true. Because
she'd never get that.
I understand doing it behind closed doors, but when you put it in public,
she'll never get it. So, and them rich people, get out of rich people problems. See, that's the problem with us today. We worry about rich people. We over here finna, goddamn economy finna implode on itself. We worrying about sexy red 60. Sit your asses down and read something. Read some policies. Like, buy some gold and some silver because money ain't gonna be hitting on shit in a minute. We worry about sexy red.
But that's true though. She asked that man to marry him, and it was sad. I mean, they still together, I think, though. But
yeah, but you belittled him for millions to see. Like, why you think?
That's a good example for real life. Yeah, I know, Miss Kelly, you right too, Pooh. The Bible say when a man findeth the woman, he findeth the good thing. So you better come find me and ask me. I need to come ask you.
Y'all caught up on the asking. I'm simply saying inquire.
Inquire.
That's all I'm asking. When you call around for them pictures they tried to get down on you with, when you was calling around for a quote, you inquired about the quote. Like, hey, say, look at I've been doing my due diligence for the last 3 years. What's up? Am I worth marrying? Yes or no? But the people, see, the thing is, it be the people who be complaining that know that they talk to that man a certain type of way behind closed doors, that know they put their hands on him, that know they play tit for tat. So when you do all that, you keep pushing the time back on when he gonna act you, or if he even gonna act you. Because some niggas stay in a relationship and just wait for you to lead them.
It's a bunch of y'all to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and initiate it. Get this shit over with. Pull the trigger.
They just wait.
Just wait for you to initiate it.
But y'all settling too. That's y'all settling. Because if we never leave, y'all just gonna stay in a relationship.
But men have always settled since the beginning of time. They always settle.
How
y'all settle when y'all the pickles?
What you hollering for?
He say y'all the pickles.
Get it off, Miss Baker. Get it off. Damn.
No,
nah. You didn't. I ain't never date you, ma'am. I ain't do you nothing.
You say y'all settle. How do y'all settle?
Since the beginning of time, they have.
Since the beginning of time,
ever.
Beginning of my time. Put it like that.
Oh,
okay.
Since the beginning of my time.
Because like you already said something back to the slavery, and then you took me way back then.
Yeah, you went too far.
Oh, okay.
Way too far.
But why stay there? Like, what is the reason? What is the benefit of y'all staying in the relationship? If you feel like y'all are settling, why even stay? Why not just end it? You would rather be
unhappy. Men don't react just because their emotions feel some type
I
of
would
way.
rather be unhappy in a relationship than end it. It's
not even the fact of rather being unhappy. We would just hope that you eventually get it. That's it.
We do the same thing. We hope that y'all will eventually get it.
But the jobs don't change.
The what?
The jobs don't. The duty of the man don't change.
And the duty of the woman doesn't change. We all have the same duty.
It changed for most.
How?
Because if your duty cuts on and cuts off based on how you feel, it's not the same. And we're not talking about sorry.
Sex? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's pretty much the only thing that we cut on and cut off.
3 times. We gotta do it. Keep it up 3 times. Go ahead.
But he's saying like if we're not
being nice, being kind, sex, cooking. Everything y'all want y'all man to help y'all with 50% of. If you get up in your feelings, you don't feel a need to do it.
Okay.
Men too, because men get in their feelings too.
I disagree.
Ain't no man ever said, shit, you ain't give me no sex in 2 weeks. I ain't paying shit. No man.
They ain't got said, they just don't pay it.
Man, what man you know doing this shit?
I don't know, but
they don't.
They say act like a lady, think like a man. So I'm thinking like a man.
You either got a man who's capable of paying the bills and he's going to pay the bills or at least pay his half of the bills, or you got a man who wasn't never capable of paying the bills, so he wasn't paying them anyway. But no man stops his duty, or somebody come break into the house and he say, well, you ain't gave me no sex in 2 months. You go downstairs and figure out why the glass broke. That don't happen like that.
No, y'all just go cheat.
So cheating is worse than to make you go and fight the burglar?
No, I'm not. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying. Y'all cheat.
Y'all cheat too.
That's not the point. What I'm saying is, if we're stopping our duties, like you say, women are stopping their duties. Y'all are stopping your duties as well. Y'all are going to cheat instead of leaving. Just leave.
That same thing on both parts. But the thing is, men are cheat because they mad, right?
That's not the only reason.
Y'all would cheat. Y'all would cheat and still expect him to do better. That is some psychotic shit.
Okay, wait. You're gonna have to. We will cheat, but still expect the man to do better. The man we stand with to do better.
Yeah. Y'all will start the cheating process.
It ain't registering for me either, Miss Marjay.
Y'all will start the cheating process because he fucking up, and you will stop cheating if he stop fucking up. But as long as he's still fucking up, you will not leave. You will just cheat too.
But y'all will do the same thing. Once if we start giving you sex and doing, then you gonna stop having sex with other people.
That's a shot at the club, baby. That's just a shot at the club. A cigarette, a cigar. I'm gonna come right back home and pay these damn bills.
What that mean?
What?
Just a release.
It's just a release.
Just a release.
He ain't got nothing tied to that shit. It's just a release.
It still doesn't make it right though.
Cheat on that man. It don't make it right, but women will still cheat on that man and still have high expectations for him to be the man they want him to be.
But you just said, see, now you contradicting yourself because you saying that you would hope that we would get it at some point. So y'all are still sticking around hoping that we'll get it at some point, just like we sticking around hoping that y'all get it. You are miserable as a man, and you don't want to be in a relationship because I'm not treating you the same way I was treating you in the beginning. Just leave.
Yeah, or it's what Ms. Keller said, or it's the comfort that you have gotten used to. That's why you stay, because you're comfortable where you at. You just go out and eat and come on back home. That's why they don't leave.
It's routine. It became routine. So it's not contradictory because when I was speaking on the cheating, I was speaking on particular on the reasons for cheating. Or somebody cheating because they just going to get a cigarette, and somebody's cheating and knowing she's doing wrong and still having expectations for that man to be a greater version of himself. It's two different mindsets of what's going on here.
But you are also expecting that woman to be
because at that point, if we're cheating because our woman is whatever the case may be, his mind is already made up. You are what you are. It ain't no getting better. He didn't just fell in love with the routine of what's going on in the house. So you may not have sex with him every day. You may not have sex with him every week. Y'all might not have good days every day. It may be every other day. But you get to the point where when something becomes routine so long, you do not want to start over. And it ain't just women who don't want to start over. Men go through shit because, hey, I don't want to go back in this market. I already know if I got to do this shit over, I'm not going to do it the same way. I'm not going to want to help out. I'm not going to want to take women with kids. I'm not going to want to give money for this. I'm not going to want to, I'm going to stay right here and hopefully we figure it out. Mm. So it's the same thing on both. Like, we're making the same argument for both sides. Nobody likes starting over. Mm-hmm. But that's why I say, ask that man if he want to fucking marry you. That's it.
Shit, my mind said whether he marry your ass or not, he gonna cheat anyway. Me and cheat. That's what's in my mind.
So you think all men cheat? Is that your stance? You gonna stand on that?
I'ma stand on that.
Dang, really? All men?
Yeah, with 2 feet?
So my pawpaw, he ain't cheat on my grandma.
2.
My uncle, he ain't cheat on my auntie.
Pawpaw ain't cheated in a while, but Pawpaw was cheating. I don't hear all that. You said all men, we gonna do all men.
My daddy ain't cheat on my mom. That's 3.
Boy, that's a conflict of interest, ain't it?
I'm telling you.
Hey,
the rest of them, yeah. I mean, think about it. Think about it. You could give a man everything.
What is everything?
You can be the finest woman walking this earth. You can be financially stable. All of that. You understand what I'm saying? Do what you're supposed to do as a woman. But it's still something out there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna catch his eye. He gonna go see what that is. You understand what I'm saying?
The Bible never said once a man find a woman, he go blind. That is not what the book say, man.
I said catch his eye, and then I did like this. That means he gonna go. You know what I mean?
But that's been the beginning of time when we had kings and rulers. That's just what men are.
Right? But he a cheater.
Men are just cheaters.
But FYI, there is no relationship that I've been in that somebody can say I cheated.
They ask how did people stay in their relationship so long for about 40, 45 years? You gotta cheat. It's a real song. We get over here, go look it up. It'll make sense to you.
I've been in 3 or 4 relationships with some years on them. I ain't cheated on that one of them.
Me too. You know what I'm saying? Because once
Maybe
I'm committed, I'm
maybe
committed.
not
I've been in
physically.
2 real relationships my whole life. Ain't cheated on neither one of them.
Was it maybe not physically? Was it mental or like texting or anything like that? You never.
I mean, if we can move the goalposts on what shit mean and change definitions, I'm pretty sure somebody feels some type of way.
Cheating is infidelity.
Cheating is setting up the kill and go and kill it. That's my definition of cheating.
But talking and entertaining, is that not setting
You
up
better
the
preach.
kill also? So that's still
Do
technically.
you want to go down this rabbit hole? Because the definition of cheating is doing anything with somebody else besides your partner. So when I piss you off and you go talk to your homegirls about me, you cheated on me. So do you really want to go?
That's not what that means.
Down this rabbit hole?
Let's go down it. I'm ready.
No, because
that's not what that means.
Because it's not what it means.
No, sir.
Google it.
I don't gotta Google it.
Pull your phone out and Google
it's over there on the charger. But that's not what that means.
What is 5, 6?
We supposed to have our girlfriends that we can go to.
No,
and
you
chop
are
it up.
not.
Just like y'all men, y'all go to y'all little homeboys and y'all chop it up with them. That's not cheating. We not going to the opposite sex to support our emotions of what we're going through.
The work husband was born.
Here acting like we
y'all
single.
created work husband. Y'all created that shit.
Who?
That is not the definition of cheating.
Women created work husband.
Women created work husband.
It wasn't men.
Men had work wives. They just didn't never put a title on it.
There you go with the semantics. You go with the damn semantics. Doing anything that you do exclusively with your partner, with somebody else, is cheating.
It says cheating, also known as infidelity, is when a person in a monogamous romantic relationship has an emotional or sexual relationship with someone else without their partner's consent. That's cheating.
Bingo. So when you talking about me, when you talking about me to your homegirl, that is the emotional response. You're cheating. Sorry, ma'am.
So you mean to tell me if I go to God and tell him my problems about this relationship, I'm cheating with the Lord? Come on. No. You can have your girlfriend. Y'all gonna talk to y'all girlfriend about y'all relationship.
This is what I say. If you want to move the goalposts and add all these different definitions, if you want to add all these different definitions, we can get real tedious on what cheating is. But if you want to keep this shit real simple, did you premeditate, set up some sex, and then execute the sex with somebody else? Because that's what it was.
It says emotional also. So
yeah, the emotional part defeats y'all argument.
But that don't mean you because you go talk to your best friend.
Baby girl, what I'm telling you is this. I didn't make the rules. The rules are just there.
Miss Diamond, Miss Marche, how y'all feel about it? Cause Cleo here giving his opinion.
I'm talking the definition of she read it.
Okay, but it's different. Like I don't feel the same way. Like I disagree with the. I kind of disagree with the definition. So I don't think I'm a good person to ask. Because in my opinion, like if we got a show that we watch together, you go watch the show with somebody else, that's cheating to me. Like that's.
Let me ask you, Baker. Let me ask you, right? Any one of your men that you had a best friend homegirl?
Yeah, he did. Okay. My last relationship, it was for 7 years.
Cool. Did they go out on dates?
No, they ain't go on no damn dates. I wish they would.
You made that face. Your face answered my whole question right then and there. But
no, they conversated. They talked. I met the girl. I knew the girl, but she was there. She was there before I was ever in the picture.
I used the wrong word. Did they ever go get lunch?
He went over to our house, but no. They ain't never go out to go get lunch on like a specific date. No.
Okay, but if they would have just got and he paid for her food, would you had a problem with that?
No, because that was his friend before we got into the relationship. Now, if you would have went and made some new friends while we in the relationship, then that would have been a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Because I can't stop who you know before you knew me. You get my drill? But we've introduced ourselves. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know what it is. But that comes with a woman and how she is secure about herself. You understand what I'm saying? Like I just said, men gonna cheat. They gonna cheat. They gonna cheat. If they not, they not. But men cheat. But anyway,
Man,
like
man, what is that? Y'all don't cheat.
I didn't cheat.
I didn't cheat neither. Your papa ain't cheat, and your daddy ain't cheat.
Papa, daddy, my uncle.
So what you talking about?
You didn't cheat.
The other ones cheated though. They cheat. I be watching. I just see what goes on in the world. I ain't been in a relationship since 2015. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to come back out.
I don't want to get back out there. I'm cool. I like peace. This peace over here. But you can't stop something that's been going on. Like my best friend, I'm gonna go talk to my best friend if I'm going through something and I can't get through to my man at the time.
Oh, she can?
She not gonna get through him. She gonna be there to console me.
Why you need to be consoled by the outside party for your man?
Not console, but like, okay, I said console, but I mean like, okay, how do I say this? Let me know if I was tripping. I'm gonna tell you the situation, how it transpired. Okay, you're an outside person looking in. You understand what I'm saying? So tell me if I was wrong, you know, or tell me if he was wrong, how I could better the situation. I'm gonna go talk to somebody that's been through it before and been dealing with the situation at hand to get a better understanding of how I can make it better. So that's why I'm going to talk to my friend. But I'm not going to talk to my friends so we can lay up together and hunch.
Yeah, but the thing is,
but men do that.
Nobody can give you that answer but that man.
But when y'all like this,
it's not a but. No it's not a but.
It is a but.
If we can't talk at this present moment, then ma'am, if it takes us 2 to 3 days for us to start speaking to each other, you just need to wait them 2 or 3 days. Because say what you want, that is an outside experience. So talking to your friends or your family members, understand this. When you talk for your part, most people don't really say the full story of what happened. They're looking for somebody to listen to them. So when your family member or your girlfriend hear what you just said about this man, they will probably never forgive that man. And you know in your heart of hearts, when this shit calmed down, that argument really wasn't that deep as you made it in the moment. So you shouldn't even be talking to nobody about your man.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna go talk to my best friend.
Because you're a cheater. That's why.
I'm not a cheater. Oh my God. You gotta be with somebody to be a cheater. I'm not a cheater.
But you already premeditated cheating. You gonna do it.
No, I said men do it. That's not cheating. Talking to your best friend is not cheating because y'all be going to chop it up. So when y'all going to chop it up with y'all homeboys, that's not cheating. Man, my gal, she over here tripping. I don't know what her problem is. You know, I do everything I'm supposed to do. I don't know why she tripping. What should I do, man? So y'all don't do that?
Most niggas that do that, they say, man, she over here tripping. And ain't got nothing else to articulate. That's it. Because men don't get around each other.
I'm just using it for instance. I can't come up with something. I'm just saying.
Do not sit up here and say, break open the wine and let's talk about our gals. We don't do that shit.
What she said, even talking with a therapist is cheating.
Man, question mark. On the game. Nah, that's healing. It's a profession. It's healing. It's a different thing.
No, sorry, ball.
Your goddamn best friend she ain't been in not one successful relationship. What are you talking about? Like, come on.
Because she know me. She knows. She knows.
That therapist has no emotional connection to you. This is a job for your self-healing, for you to have understanding. But let's keep it real. Y'all don't get fucking therapists. Y'all go talk to the pastor at best. Exactly.
Nah, not me. I'm pro therapy. I go secure my appointments.
First of all, I don't know why Kiana is in the comments when she got the link to be on. So she really pissing my soul off. Anyway, I think we kind of covered the submission, the selfishness, and the settling all in one spiel. This was a good, friendly interaction.
Yeah.
You know,
But it still ain't cheating if you go talk to your best friend.
She gonna end on that one. She ain't gonna let you live that one down.
know why you going for that shit so hard? Because when you realize you didn't cheated on every one of your boyfriends because you kept going to your girl, you got to go to bat for that. I understand. And clearly, none of your homegirls had the answers because you didn't keep none of them niggas. You gave them all back to the earth.
I'm not just talking about that though. Any situation in a relationship, y'all could have had an argument about anything, and you go talk to your best friend.
That means you ain't got no fucking self-control. You have no emotional control.
Yes, you do.
When something happened, bitch, let me tell you what this nigga did.
Let me tell you what he did.
Y'all ain't got no self-control.
Yes, we do. Y'all don't either.
You know what, Beck? I'm gonna give you like a real quick example. I'm not gonna make it long, but I had a friend who would come and talk to me about her issues with her man, and I'm talking all the time. Like I'm sitting here listening to her cry. I'm listening to the worst of the worst, and she is just going through it. I no longer like this man. He can't come around me. He can't come to my house, and I don't. And now I didn't sit here. I don't like this man at all. She took him back. And they living happily ever after. And I'm sitting here looking stupid. I don't even like this dude. So now I got to be friends with her still, but I got to act like I like him and I don't like him. You can't come over here. I can invite her over here. But I'm also a little pissed off at her because you done got me over here blood boiling at this man.
Yeah.
You over here, you took him back. That's why
I ain't sharpened. Ready to go to war behind you.
Yeah. I'm ready to fight this man for you, and you over here, you took him back, and now you happy? I hate him.
I'm dealing with the same situation right now.
So I think that as far as my next relationship, whenever I get into I'm not gonna say I'll never talk to my best friend. I'm not gonna say that, but I know for a fact my best friend won't do some stuff like that. Like she'll listen. And then she'll just kind of like, okay, she won't give advice. She's not a biased type of person, but I know for a fact I will keep my information to a very bare minimum. Like I just can't. Now I'm not gonna say it's not because I feel like it's cheating. It's just because I won't put that out there like that because I don't want a whole bunch of people just feeling how I'm feeling about that certain situation. I don't like that man, and you can't come over here.
Right. I agree. I agree with that. It's just like
he definitely got to disconnect from it all. I mean, I had to do the same thing with my siblings. If they get they in and out of their relationships, they going through it. Like I no longer want to be a part of that conversation when you're going through something. And it's not that I'm not trying to be supportive, but I had to make it very clear that once you say so much about a person so many times and you keep taking them back, I have feelings. I'm going to feel some kind of way because you're my family and I love you. But I disconnect myself from stuff like that because I'm not going to keep jumping up out of my bed in the middle of the night to go help you, to go fight, to go do all these different things. And then 2 days later, y'all back in the bed chilling together. Like, it takes a lot out of a person. So I've had to learn how to disconnect from situations like that. Okay, the first time, we'll see how it goes second time. But after that, it's like, you got to also know who you can talk to about certain things too,
Set aside cheating, set aside that. But like a minor disagreement that you and your man have, and you just go off. You wouldn't go talk to your best friend.
You should never go off on your partner. That is not sane. That is some traumatic. Toxic.
This is an example.
What I'm saying is, it's not an example because we do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
There should never be a time to where you feel like you need to call your woman out of her name, or you need to call.
Yeah, but in what perfect world do you live in? I'm trying to figure out which perfect world you live in, because I'm trying to live in that world. Because you're gonna have disagreements. You're gonna have disagreements.
Disagreements and insults are two different things.
Yeah,
that is two
Okay,
different.
well, maybe I worded it wrong.
So if you feel like you need to go off on your partner, you have no emotional control. How you want to go off on somebody and then expect them to react the way you want them to react?
Because y'all had a minor disagreement.
But they're not your child.
But you wanted him to see your point. You see his point, and he don't see your point. So you trying to show him your point, but he don't.
Yeah, but
do you really know his point, or you say, "Yeah, I heard what you said," and speed past it and go back to your point?
No, I'm not speaking.
Yeah, but there's a disagreement, and then there's disrespect.
Yes,
so
I agree.
He's talking more along the lines of disrespect, but you're saying minor disagreement, as in we don't see eye to eye. But when you said y'all are going off, you go off, and that's where you get to the disrespect part, because
I say go off. Okay, I worded it wrong. Go off. But a disagreement, and be like, dang, how you go to your best friend and be like, okay, well, maybe I could have handled this a different way.
But you should have knew that. That's why I say there's no self-control. Nobody have to tell you what you know you shouldn't do, because you know that's a grown-ass man. And if I've seen it done, if you are a woman who call your man a bitch or a bitch-ass nigga, you don't need to go to your friend and realize you was out of pocket.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't call no man that unless that's what he's acting like.
And with that being said, thank you for your prowess. Thank all in attendance.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me again. Let me know when the next one is going on.
We're gonna end on that note, and we gonna see y'all next Friday.
Hey,
Sunday.
Don't get on here this Facebook now talking about backtracking in the word and all that.
No, you good. I can't make no short out of you. You all right.
Don't do that.
Hey man, but hey, this is what you signed up for. Come with the territory. So hey, if you say something short worthy, it will be shorted. Don't take it personal. Charge it to my head. I'm a hoe.
To the game.
Bye, y'all. Good night.
All right,
Good night, y'all.